starting these verbal altercations?
He will just disrespect me, and then I will go back at him.
She verbally abuses us.
You're raising children who are going to have to recover from their childhood. You're suing because you said she used $1,500 to get breast augmentation.
I get in touch with her family. They're like, she's probably in surgery right now. Surgery for what?
Well, sir, are you or are you not using the product that she purchased?
I actually just married an empty alcoholic.
And you rushed in it because you were looking for a Band-Aid. Here is today's case.
She thought she was in a committed relationship. He claims all her cheating accusations are complete lies. But is there someone who knows the truth? That's today's case on Divorce Court.
Court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Faith Jenkins presiding. Your Honor, as you know, we have a virtual audience and it's filled with your superfans. Today's superfan of the day is Musanda from London, England.
Musanda, welcome to Divorce Court. We're so happy to have you with us.
Your Honor, this is the case of Hood versus Johnson.
Thank you, Juan. Miss Niquetta Hood?
Yes, Your Honor.
You have brought Mr. Tyrone Johnson
Yes, Your Honor.
to divorce court today. The two of you have been in a long-term relationship together for years, but you said there are a number of issues that have now brought you to divorce court. You want to discuss them today?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, I'll start with you, Ms. Hood. Why don't you give me some background, tell me what's going on here.
So when we first started talking, I found out that Tyrone was talking to a lot of girls. But it was literally after he made the relationship official. How did I find out? I went through his phone. And happened to see like a number of females, like numbers not even saved.
How long had the two of you been dating at that time?
For about 2 years.
You've been dating for 2 years when you found this out? And what do you have to say about that, Mr. Johnson?
I just feel like it's really not what she says. It's more so of off the basis of communication, understanding.
Okay, so Ms. Hood said that 2 years into the relationship, you said you found out about lies, betrayals, and some pictures you even found.
Yes.
And Mr. Johnson said he's here to defend himself, but I'd like to hear what you have to say first.
Yeah. So he goes out of town for his friend's birthday, and he comes back home to Georgia, and he's talking about he has an idea of having another Gemini part of our relationship. So I'm like, how do you know it's gonna be, a Gemini? Like, how do you just know that? He's like, I just know it is, Okay, so one day, my friend tells me that she catches him on the phone with a girl. So I'm like, okay, hold on, let me call him. So I call him, he doesn't answer the phone. So I call again, he doesn't answer, he calls me back. I'm like, so who are you talking to? He's like, nobody. I'm like, she just said you were on the phone. So he's like, it's family. I'm like, you don't even talk to your family like that, from what you tell me.
So who was he on the phone with?
He was on the phone with the girl that he had sex with in Florida.
How do you know this?
He admitted to it.
He did come clean and admit to it?
Yes. He even showed me a picture of her.
Okay, Mr. Johnson, she caught you on the phone with someone that you had actually stepped out of your relationship with?
Yeah.
Tell me about it, and why did it happen?
This occasion she's speaking about, we were not, like I told you before, it's the communication and understanding. We were just talking. We really weren't established as a couple yet. We chilled every day. We're always on the phone. It's like, that's how our bond became. We were just every day, all day attached to each other. So when I did finally go out of town, that's how our bond was. We was just always talking. We never established anything. So
it was unestablished, and you were still a free man, according to you.
So to speak.
And so this friend that actually introduced you, that's who you ended up hooking up with?
No.
No. So he cheated with someone who he claims that he went to high school with. He cheated on me with her recently, October 2020. I just had like speculations, like, something's going on. Like, he was real distant for like a week in October, like around the week of October 25th. So I'm like, I don't know what's up, but I'm like, have you been seeing reality? And he's like, no. I'm like, have you been talking to her? He's like, no. I'm like, I find that hard to believe, being that I knew that she had moved back to Atlanta. So, he's distant or whatever.
So how did you choose her out of all the people? Her name is Reality?
Yeah.
And how did you choose her as someone he might be seeing?
Because they go way back. Like, it's an on and off type of thing. Like, it didn't stop. Like, it's like, she might not talk to him for months, so he says, and then she'll come back around, or he might claim that he's not seeing her, but it's an on and off thing.
So this woman that you're referring to, her name is Reality. She was a high school friend of Mr. Johnson?
I don't think they went to school together. She's younger than him.
Okay. And how did you find out that there was something going on or suspect that something was going on between
She
them?
messaged me on Facebook Messenger, and I, was trying to figure out, like, what might have led to her messaging me.
What did she say in the message to you?
She lets me know that she's done with him because he's a liar, he's a manipulator. She also adds that she was, she could be possibly pregnant by him, but the reason that she inboxed me, she says, is because she saw on my Facebook that I made a post about being over at his house with him, and he had claimed to be in North Carolina, something about he told her that he didn't answer her calls because he was driving and he was too tired to pick up the phone type of thing.
So she messaged you just to tell you.
Yeah, just to let me know, like, basically, like, she saw, oh, he's still messing with you, I'm done with him.
So she's giving you a warning.
Yeah.
And telling you she's done.
Yeah.
And what do you have to say about that, Mr. Johnson? Do you know a woman named Reality?
Yeah, I do. Reality was way before Miss Niquetta. So fast forward to me.
Do you have any idea as to why Reality would be sending a private message to your current girlfriend?
I mean, yeah, because throughout those years, like before her, we messaged each other, and that's what we talked about, starting a family.
So she's just
being
trying to
together.
cause trouble in your life right now, is what you're saying. And
basically.
she said that she told you that she was pregnant?
Yeah, she did, but...
Do you know anything about that?
Yeah, she texted, she sent pictures and all of that, but she was also pregnant when she was out of town.
But it wasn't, you're saying you were not the father of the child. You are not.
He's known for cheating on me. Like, he's known for lying on me. But, she's here.
Would you bring her in? I'd like to hear from her. Did the two of you start having a romantic relationship?
I went over his house, and then that's, like, from there, it just escalated. Like, it went from there.
What do you have to say about that, Mr. Johnson? How did you resolve this?
I just let her know, like, I was appreciative of the information.
So you believed her?
Yeah, I believed her because, who's gonna lie about something like that? Like, woman to woman, who's gonna lie about something like that? And he's known for that. Like, he's known for cheating on me. Like, he's known for lying on me. But, she's here today, so.
Who's here?
Reality.
Reality is here in court today?
Yes.
Juan is the witness here?
That's right.
Would you bring her in? I'd like to hear from her. Ms. Hood, you're mighty quiet, but you have some tricks up your sleeves.
Yes, sir, here.
Reality?
Yes, Your Honor.
What's your last name, ma'am?
Jenkins.
Okay, we have the same last name?
Yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
don't embarrass us up in here now. Ma'am, how do you know Miss Hood and Mr. Johnson?
I know Ty we were friends prior to their relationship. Like, further along, I ended up moving to Pennsylvania for 2 years, and then she came along, and their baby came along and stuff like that. I wasn't, like, disappointed, but it was like, we always talked about it, so it was like, you had a baby, But it was like we weren't together, so I was never, like, upset about it. But then, fast forward, I moved to back down here, and then he was hitting me up all the time about Nikki and stuff like that and their relationship, and how he's not happy and stuff like that.
Did the two of you then start having a romantic relationship?
Once he told me that they broke up, yes.
Okay. He told you they broke up?
Yes, and he sent me screenshots of their messages. On her behalf, it was more like I didn't mean it, like, how relationships are, like, oh, we're done, but so I understood that, but I didn't know that until after the fact.
So he sent you proof of the breakup, according to you?
Yes, screenshots of her messages.
And what happened after that between the two of you?
We ended up hanging out. That ended up consisting of him talking about Nikki, so I had to tell him I didn't want to keep hearing about negative stuff about her, and I don't know her. I went over his house, and then that's, like, from there, it just escalated, like, it went from there.
You were starting to suspect that they had not broken up at some point?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
And that's why I stopped talking to him.
Okay. What do you have to say about that, Mr. Johnson?
Majority of it's correct. We were arguing. She did break up with me about 4 or 5 times that week. And it was more so of, at this point of that breakup, it's been going on for years.
No,
like she
you
said,
were trying to put an end to the relationship.
When she was out of state, I was venting to her, telling her about the problems we were having in our
Making it
relationship.
seem like we weren't
So you're
happy.
saying during this time frame, Mr. Johnson, the two of you were not in a relationship? Is that what
No,
you're
we
saying?
was always in a relationship.
You were?
It's just always been problems.
Okay. Okay. So you
That you
lied
caught.
to Miss Jenkins. You
No,
lied
I
to her.
didn't lie to her.
Well,
Yes,
you
you
told her
did.
the two of you broke up. You sent her screenshots indicating otherwise, whatever conflict you were having. So according to Miss Reality Jenkins, you told her that the two of you were no longer together.
That's
Am
correct.
I right?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, that's all I need is just some clarity. So you lied.
No, I didn't.
Yes,
That's
you
a
did.
lie. And then you have
It's
this
not a lie.
relationship with Miss Hood. I just wanted to be clear about the lies.
I mean, I
now
didn't
we have
lie.
some clarity.
I didn't lie
Yes,
because
you
she
lied.
does. She
Okay.
breaks up with
so,
me all the time.
Mr. Johnson, when you're lying right now when you say you're not lying.
I'm not lying.
What happened with Tinder?
He suggested that we try the polyamory relationship.
So you were open to opening up their relationship.
Yes. The only reason I was open to it is because I got tired of him cheating. So, like, at this point, what do we gotta do? Like, am I not enough? Are you not interested? Like, what is it?
If you'd like your case to be heard on divorce court, call us toll free 1-877-311-2222 or log on to our website at divorcecourt.com. Miss the show? Watch full episodes on our streaming platforms and follow us on social media for exclusive content. Ms. Jenkins, is there anything else you want to add, ma'am?
As far as, I don't like the fact that he's denying that I was pregnant by him.
Well,
She was just pregnant a couple months ago.
the two of you, you said you were pregnant by him,
Yes.
and you communicated this to him?
Yes.
You had this discussion with her?
Yeah, we did.
Okay.
And she
what did you say?
She told me, and she really told her before she even told me.
Sir, okay, I need to answer the question.
I didn't believe her. No, I didn't
You didn't
believe she
believe
was
her?
pregnant. No.
You thought she was lying about that?
Yeah.
For what reason?
She's supposed to be pregnant right now.
But you
I lost
told
my child, thank you. You're like,
But there's no communication. No one has communication. There's no communication in nowhere, between
But
none
how
of
did
them.
you not believe it?
Okay.
You told your mom, so
Thank you,
obviously you
Thank you,
believed
Ms.
it.
Jenkins. I appreciate you coming here.
All right, thank you.
Can I speak, Your Honor?
If you're going to tell the truth, yes.
I mean, like I said from the jump, I've been telling the truth. Miss Hood, she's a very good manipulator. She know how to twist my words. And
I
twist
actually
words,
believe, you know who I believe over any of you? I
No,
believe
what I told her
Reality
was-
Jenkins.
Yeah, and what I told her was correct. Even down to the pictures I sent her and everything, it was correct. Us arguing, us going through our breakup, that was correct. What happened was we have a child, which is why I still communicate with her.
That
we
you
have a
told her
1-year-old
you
child.
regret
So my
getting-
bond with her will not be broken no matter who I talk to.
There's a difference between co-parenting with someone and being in a romantic relationship and being in a committed monogamous relationship with them. But I will tell you what the bottom line issue is. When there is no trust, when that's gone, the relationship is over. Yes, you'll always have a co-parenting relationship.
But I've stated this to her also when I came back from Florida.
No,
So,
you did.
Miss,
I
Miss,
did.
what
No, you
happened with
didn't.
Tinder?
He suggested that we try the polyamory relationship.
I did not suggest that.
He did. He asked me how I felt about it when he first started
I did.
talking
Well, whose
to me.
idea
I
was
told
it?
him I was,
It was
open
hers.
to it.
She started the Tinder. She had the account.
I
It was
did
on her
create the
phone. She
Tinder
started
account.
it and
Okay.
all.
Your Honor, I did create the Tinder account for the both of us. I put both our pictures on there, a bio for the both of us, but we end up not doing that because I didn't want to do it for the simple fact we got into it per usual.
So you were open to opening up their relationship?
Yes.
But that never happened according to
But
you under
I'll
your
be
agreement.
honest, the only reason I was open to it is because I got tired of him cheating. So, I mean, like, at this point, what do we got to do? Like, am I not enough? Are you not interested? Like, what is it? Like, why you being so greedy?
So you thought if you went along, there would not be any cheating?
Basically, but I was wrong, obviously.
What do you have to say, Mr. Johnson?
That's not true. She thought of this when I came back from Florida, and I was like, yeah, it's cool. It's, you know what I'm saying? But I already knew how she is with her trust. And so it's like, well, I mean, you asked me, I told you, I don't really understand.
Yeah,
and
so
I
if
also, in my mind, I did not think we were together.
If you
So-
So it's been
didn't,
a lot of back and forth according to you.
Exactly.
well, Your Honor, if he didn't think
But
we were together,
it's
why
about
did he come to my
communication
house and
understanding,
apologize?
and that's not what we had.
No, it's not what you have.
And
it's
I
not what
keep
you
telling
have.
her, yeah.
It's not what you have. But it's really easy to get that when you're clear
It
about
is.
what's happening. So now you have but all of this has happened, and then you have a 1-year-old, right?
Yes.
So now you're navigating
Honor.
this space. So you are here for what reason? today? You wanted the truth. You brought her here because you wanted the truth. You believe
Yes, Your Honor.
what she said in court today?
Yes, Your Honor.
So what is your decision?
I'm torn between the two right now. Like, the whole purpose of coming here was to try and mend the relationship. But I'm gonna be honest, I don't know.
And what do you have to say, Mr. Johnson?
I mean, I feel like...
What is
it's
it
a
that you
lot
want out of this relationship, if anything?
I mean, I would like for it to work, but for it to continue to work, there need to be a lot of self-evaluation.
What's happened is there's been a breach of trust in the relationship that you admitted to. And that happened within this 2-year time period. Are you saying that that's completely behind you and you're turning over a new leaf?
When we first discussed it about the incident in Florida, I explained to her I didn't feel like I was wrong. She felt like I was. I feel like that was the beginning of the end because, like you said, once the trust is broken, it's kind of hard to go back. Well, no, you still doing this and that.
So you both have decisions to make because you feel like you haven't done anything wrong, so she doesn't feel heard on that. She feels like it was an act of betrayal because you weren't really on a break in her mind. Again, that stems from a lack of clarity and a lack of communication. So when you have a choice, when you stay in a relationship with someone who doesn't trust you, what happens? You end up being punished because you're always going to be accused. There's always going to be an issue. There's always going to be someone lurking, checking out where your whereabouts are, or where you are, what you're doing, because it's an issue. And then for you, if you really want to be in a happy relationship, I don't think you can unless you can trust the person you're in the relationship with. And what's the point of being in a relationship when you're not really happy? Because I always tell people, you know, you have your own happiness and then you choose somebody that adds to that happiness. That's how you know you're making a really good choice about a relationship for yourself. What is this person adding to my life? If you have to dig too deep to find the good in the weeds, then you know you have an issue.
I feel like he just keeps me around just to buy time. I don't really feel like he's into it because he expresses himself to others and makes it seem as if he's so unhappy. He doesn't really have a reason to be unhappy with me. He's not getting cheated on. Like, I'm not trying to manipulate him, but of course, he's gonna say that. So I'm not really understanding, but I just feel like if he doesn't wanna be here, he doesn't have to.
Let me tell you something. Some of the saddest times in my life, I was in an unhappy relationship. Some of the happiest when I was single and doing me. You have a child together, you co-parent. He's never going to forget that he has a child with you. That's something that you work on and you build together. But the relationship itself, if those core things are not there, the foundation of trust, the loyalty, the happiness, you don't have the relationship that you really want. And you have to be honest with yourself and accept that.
Yes.
So the bottom line is the two of you have a decision to make about the relationship that you want to have. And it starts with your decision with what's acceptable to you in your life. If it's a lukewarm relationship, which is what you have, you're never going to be happy in it. If it's a relationship where you feel like you're never going to be trusted, then you're never going to be happy in it. Or if it's you doing the changes that you want to make to bring your best self to the relationship, then you have a different decision to make. But the decision is really yours. Good luck to both of you.
When it comes to just faith advice, I'ma just try it more. Even though I feel like I've already been doing that, it's more comprehension and communication.
Well, I definitely understand that you really don't have a relationship without trust. So that stood out to me the most. I definitely understand that, but like I said, I hope things, get better between the two. We could find a way to make it work.